tried to told you. I tried to tell you, DiJonay, your game was stinking in the mud, and the Dallas Wings wanted nothing to do with you going forward.
So it looked like DiJonai Carrington just got booted from the Dallas Wings.
She poked Caitlin Clark in the eye on national TV, and now DiJonay Carrington is out of a job. The Dallas Wings had enough. No more excuses. No more flagrant fouls. No more chaos. They just shipped the WNBA's most reckless player out of Texas, and fans are calling it instant karma. Carrington didn't just toe the line. She slammed right through it. The tipping point? A string of dirty plays that made every game feel like a wrestling match, not basketball. It all started during the playoffs when Clark, the biggest name in the league right now, was going up for a shot. Carrington came flying in, hand extended, and went straight for the face. The contact wasn't soft. Clark's head jerked back. She clutched her face. The crowd gasped, and slow-motion replays confirmed what everyone feared. Carrington's hand didn't just graze her, it landed. But here's what really lit the fire. Carrington showed no remorse, not a hint of apology, no post-game text, no handshake. Instead, she brushed it off with a smirk and told reporters she didn't even know she hit her.
Kind of swatted at Caitlin. Did you intend to hit her in the eye? And if so, could you just, or if not, either way, could you talk about what happened on that play?
I don't even know why I would intend to hit anybody in the eye. That doesn't even make sense to me. But no, I didn't. I didn't know I hit her, actually. I was trying to make a play on the ball, and I guess I followed through and I hit her. So obviously it's never intentional. That's not even like the type of player that I am. So yeah.
Dirtbag, DiJonay. You're always in a dirty play, DiJonay.
Meanwhile, Clark was walking around with a visible black eye, the face of the league, bruised during the most important stretch of the season. That moment set the tone for everything that followed. And it didn't stop there. The next few games, Carrington doubled down. Against the Seattle Storm, she targeted Skylar Diggins, another star, with a high-flying arm that struck her head.
Here's the foul right here. Let's watch it, and this will give us a couple of different angles.
Stretches of games. Wins the tip. Diggins, who's still fast.
Now Carrington was trying to make a play on the ball, but by rule,
absolutely dirty, reckless abandon.
Refs immediately whistled it for a flagrant foul. Again. Fans were shocked, but Carrington, same blank face, no ownership. That's 2 headshots in 1 season, and we're just getting started. Now here's where it went completely off the rails. In a wild May game versus the Minnesota Lynx, Carrington tried to block a shot, but instead made brutal contact with Jessica Shepard's face. Another flagrant foul. But the real twist? She didn't just hurt the opponent. She almost took out her own teammate, Paige Buchers, who got caught in the fallout and nearly blew out her knee trying to break the fall. Let that sink in. She was so out of control she injured her teammate while going for someone else.
on court.
Gang. Gang. And then look how she just stand there like, bro, you're going to hurt somebody, bro.
Yeah, I mean, this will be a better angle of it. I think we'll be able to see how hard the foul is.
Bro, like, come on, you cannot do that. You can't do that, bro. The NBA, they wouldn't have took that back. Like, nah. Anything, any hit above the shoulders, bro, that's a flagrant, bro. Like, you're gonna hurt somebody.
She does get her in the face.
That's when the locker room started to crack. You could see the frustration on her teammates' faces. Body language tells the truth. Eye rolls, cold shoulders, players avoiding her on the bench. No one wanted to get blindsided at practice or during games. Nobody could trust her. When you become a threat to your own team, it's already too late. But just when you thought it couldn't get worse, it did. The moment DiJonai Carrington crossed paths with referee Roy Golbian after that May 30th game, the whole league held its breath.
The referee moves the security in front of him so that security gets in between him and DiJonai Carrington. And DiJonai Carrington, security, when I'm literally having a civil conversation and saying, mind you, he called the security over there. He called the security.
This poor WNBA referee, hell just froze over. For me to defend a WNBA referee, hell has frozen over.
The Dallas Wings had just taken a tough 97-92 loss to the Chicago Sky, but Carrington still had enough fire left to spark the most jaw-dropping scene of the WNBA season. A post-game conversation with a ref should be standard. A quick exchange, maybe a disagreement. But what Carrington brought wasn't frustration. It was full-blown confrontation. That's when everything snapped. Mid-conversation, the referee took a step back and called for security. In the middle of the court, during a regular season game, a professional official, someone trained to handle angry players, screaming fans, and high-pressure situations, decided he no longer felt safe talking to DiJonai Carrington. Let that sink in. We're not talking about a brawl. This wasn't the result of some massive fight. No one threw punches. Yet something about Carrington's tone, posture, or presence was enough to make a referee feel physically threatened. You could see the confusion spread across the arena. Coaches stopped what they were doing. Players looked stunned. Fans turned their heads, whispering and pointing as security was waved onto the court. It wasn't a dramatic shove or flagrant elbow that triggered it. It was her energy, her pattern of behavior catching up to her in real time. Carrington later mocked the incident online. She posted, "Security? When I'm literally having a civil conversation? Insane."
Right here. And she's blaming the referee. Of course you are. Security when I'm literally having a civil conversation is insane. Mind you, he called security over there. Oh, here we go with the progressive terms. Hashtag microaggression. Maybe you should spell micro correctly. What is Mirko? Oh boy, Stanford, folks. Really?
But when a conversation leads to a security escort, the problem isn't perception, it's presence. Her denial showed a complete lack of self-awareness. She wasn't reflecting. She wasn't apologizing. She was doubling down. Again. And this wasn't the first time her behavior crossed that line. Let's not forget her interaction with Paige Bueckers just days earlier. Carrington had already endangered her own teammate trying to commit a reckless foul. Then she followed that up with a flagrant to Jessica Shepard's face and nearly tore Paige's ACL in the chaos. That moment exposed her as a risk not just to opponents, but to her own team. Even the Minnesota Lynx bench, the same franchise that would later trade for her, sat in stunned silence. They had witnessed the full-blown Carrington experience: rage, recklessness, and zero accountability. This isn't passion, it's destruction. By this point, Carrington had racked up 4 flagrant fouls, more than some teams had combined. The eye poke to Caitlin Clark, the head contact to Skylar Diggins, the face swipe to Jessica Shepard, and now the security incident with an official. That's a season's worth of damage, and we weren't even halfway through. And don't forget, these weren't bang-bang plays. These were repeat incidents involving star players, facial injuries, and dangerous contact. Her target zone was always the same: face, head, eye. No coach can excuse that. It was clear, this was no longer a coaching problem. It was a liability crisis. The Dallas Wings front office couldn't hide from it anymore. Fans were angry. Teammates were uneasy. Officials were calling for help. And with national media now locked in, the pressure to act became unavoidable.
Y'all fans swear I'm such a dirty player. I'm so over this narrative because if you really know basketball, you know I just play hard as fuck and I never give up on a play. But bro, making a play on the ball and taking somebody's head completely off their shoulders is 2 different things, bro. Like you're wild. You can make a play on the ball without taking somebody's head off, bro. Like
Carrington wasn't just a poor fit for the team. She was a walking headline for all the wrong reasons. That's when Dallas made the call, quietly, behind the scenes. No press conference, just one simple trade package that said everything. She's gone. That trade hit the WNBA like a thunderclap. No press release fanfare, no farewell video. Just one brutal update. DiJonai Carrington was no longer a Dallas Wing.
DiJonai Carrington has been traded to the Minnesota Lynx. Boy, boy, boy. Wow. Wow. I'm not gonna lie to you, DiJonai. This is best case scenario. You went from a team who completely stinks. We call the Chicago Sky the gum on the bottom of the shoe of the league. Y'all lost to them 3 times. So that tells you what you guys were. That tells you what the Dallas Wings are.
She had been traded to the Minnesota Lynx in exchange for Diamond Miller, Carly Samuelson, and a 2027 second-round pick. And just like that, the chaos moved zip codes. But here's what made it truly wild. Diamond Miller wasn't just some throw-in. She was the number, 2nd overall pick in the 2023 WNBA draft. She made the all-rookie team. This season, she's been knocking down over 53% from 3. That's rare firepower. And Dallas gave up a player who couldn't go 4 games without being ejected to get her. Carly Samuelson brought in some veteran stability, reliable shooting, solid court IQ. Even with a foot injury, she's more dependable than someone who requires security backup. So, what exactly did Minnesota think they were doing? The Lynx weren't desperate. They were dominant. With 24 wins and just 5 losses, Minnesota wasn't struggling. They were thriving. And yet they took the boldest swing of the season, adding a player best known for fouls, fines, and fallout. Sure, Carrington has energy. Sure, she's physical. But this isn't college ball anymore. This is the WNBA, and teams are fighting for titles, not sideshow drama. And her debut in Minnesota, it said everything. No fourth quarter minutes, no crunch time trust. She sat cold on the bench while the rest of the roster handled business. That wasn't an oversight. That was a message. They don't trust her yet, and maybe they never will. But let's rewind to the last time she faced this very team. Back in May, Carrington's reckless foul on Jessica Shepard not only got flagged, it nearly injured Paige Buchers in the process. Minnesota watched their star get whiplashed while Carrington smirked and walked away. Players remembered that. Coaches remembered that. Fans? They definitely remembered that. So how does someone like that walk into that same locker room and expect peace? Tension followed her into the building. Sources say players were already wary. They didn't welcome her with open arms. They gave her side eyes and silence. In a locker room built on chemistry, Carrington walked in as the unstable element. No media celebration, no official hype, just awkward glances and silent prayers that she'd keep her hands to herself. And she hasn't exactly proven them wrong, barely playing. No standout moments, just sitting, watching, waiting, while the team moves on without her. Minnesota rolled the dice, but was it worth the gamble? This is a team chasing a title, a team that just lost Nafisa Collier to injury and needed help immediately. Instead of adding support, they added stress. Carrington isn't a plug-and-play piece. She's a live wire. Every minute she's on the court feels like a countdown to the next headline, the next foul, the next viral clip. And you can already feel the regret setting in. And now, the WNBA is being forced to confront the truth. This wasn't just about one player crossing the line. It was about a league that let the line keep moving. For months, DiJonai Carrington played with reckless abandon, and the consequences kept getting pushed back. But that grace period is officially over. Carrington is no longer a rising star. She's a warning. A reminder that highlight plays mean nothing if they come with injury reports. The WNBA can't afford to let its biggest names, Caitlin Clark, Skylar Diggins, Paige Buchers, get taken out by someone who treats the court like a war zone. Minnesota took a risk, but it's not just their problem now. It's the league's. Fans are watching. Players are watching. And if the refs are calling security, the next move isn't a flagrant foul. It's suspension. Carrington's next play might be her last. She's out of second chances and she knows it. Bring your game, not your drama. Because this league is done covering for players who confuse defense with danger. And if you're still with us and want more fearless breakdowns of everything happening on and off the court, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and join the channel. Thank you.